Hey y'all, thank you so much for checking out our very first episode of our D&D live play pod. I would like to be the first to welcome you to the family and welcome you to the table. Session Zeros has been a passion project that we've been working on for over a year now, and we are so excited to finally share it with you. Session Zeros, like many others before us, is a D&D and tabletop gaming live play podcast with a heavy emphasis on New World storytelling and shenanigans. At our core, we are just a group of friends, and we would like nothing more than to share that friendship with you as well. If you like D&D shows that are fast and loose, have crazy banter, lots of homebrewed material, and lobstermen, you have come to the right place, so please enjoy yourself, grab your dice, and let's roll. Hi, everyone. I am excited to be sharing with you guys today our very first episode of our brand new season. Session Zeros presents Deserts and Dinosaur campaign shitting, made by yours truly, available on the Patreon if you guys are interested. All of our resources, everything that we're doing is going to be located there. My name is Hunter Reed-Puizon. Welcome to the table, my friends. Welcome to the family again. And I've got some friends to share with you guys today. To my left.
Hello, I am Dizzy. I use they, them pronouns, and I play Jolene Hart, our party's bard.
My name's Griffin LeBlanc. I am the party's barbarian. My character's name is Orr, and I am so goddamn excited to share this story.
Yes, for the very first time at a D&D table.
A D&D specifically.
Yay!
Written by Blinker, hello, dinos.
Blinker!
Little stinker.
Dude, we're on the roll right out the gate.
We're right out the fifth time's the charm.
Speaking of Danny.
Well, hi. Hey there, everyone. My name's Danny. I'll be playing Finn the Lad. I use he, him pronouns, and I am the party's fighter.
I'm Nina. I use she, her pronouns. I'll be playing Santiago Rawhide.
Ooh.
And I'll be playing the party's ranger.
Ooh.
That's also like a really good drag name.
Yeah.
I love Santiago Rawhide for sure.
Hit a roll then hide, right? Am I right?
Right, fellas, then hide.
Hit a raw then
Out of
hide.
shame or...
I hate everything that
I'm
you stand for personally.
As we would say, we're so back.
My name is Tatum, and I'm going to be playing the Raven Mocker, a unique situation, I suppose.
Yeah. Very, very cool.
And hello, I am Ace, and I will be playing Professor Declan Fairfeather, our party's rogue.
Wonderful.
Professor
Declan Fairfeather.
My name is Hunter Reed-Puizon, as I said before, and I shall be playing everyone else. Now, my friends, without further ado, are we ready to head into the desert?
Yeah.
For the very first time. This is a long time coming. We've been making this for well over a year now. This has been in the works.
Yeah.
So I am just very, very excited to share with you guys this big project we're working on. So, that being said, friends, get ready for a tale of deserts and dinos. Grab your partner, swing him around. We're up east, north, south east, down, making smiles out of frowns of tumbleweeds and cactus towns. Desert fiends meet sandy mounds, crooked teeth, twisted crowns. That is where you must be found. So get your kids and gather around in deserts and dinos. Ready for a tale of insecurity. I found you and you found me, and so we ought to be traveling around the world with handguns at your side. Now I'm looking to the sky with my arms open wide. Travel side to other side, kill a monster, skin a hide. Call your dino, grab a ride, pterodactyls in a glide. Every hope is gone and died. You can try to run or hide, lose all the time you try to bide. All the bad that lurks inside and deserts and dinos. Deserts and dinos. Now we're off and here we go, down to desert rodeos, water rations and ammo, dynamite and things that blow. You go high and I'll go low, don't look away, don't blow your nose. Welcome to the desert show, forget the things you used to know.
I'm living my life and it's not making any sense. Take my hand, I'm pushing through and aiming past that fence. I wanna see the great outdoors with my own open eyes. I'm nervous and I'm scared and free now, ain't that a surprise?
Now I'm here, I see the light, I wanna steal, I wanna fight. You do what's wrong, I do what's right. I'm flying high just like a kite. The world's my oyster, have a bite. I'm at my peak, I'm at my height. Evil wanteds, white fleet nights, it's always gray, not black and white in dinos. All aboard. Woo woo! You're headed in. Down into the desert. Now some backstory here for y'all just joining us. This, my friends, is the western world of New Pangea. Now New Pangea is much like our Earth that we live in now. But oddly enough, some time has passed. Some great calamity has swept the land, causing everything from rising tides and horrible storms to push all the land masses together back into New Pangea, the continent that we find ourselves in now. This is some odd millions of years later after the great drowning that happened then, and we find ourselves singing a song about a few heroes. Now, my friends, I would love us all to roll initiative, please.
So everyone is the first person to roll.
The first proper roll.
Is this everyone?
Everyone.
Do we actually have our initiative?
Is that natural 20? Fuck you.
14.
Nice, baby. First roll of the game.
First roll of the game's a 920, baby. Let's go!
What?
These dice are horrible, so this is either a godsend
exciting.
or
So it's either the one and only nat 20 you're gonna
I
get,
know,
or
yeah, see.
the start of
Horrible
something
things.
magical.
Okay.
we
We
three
all
punch
have
buddies.
our initiative rolls here. We pick up millions of years ago. This is before the before times, where dinosaurs first roamed the lands. We see big, luscious fauna that rose into the sky. The bright yellow sun. We see plants that are purple and green and orange and brown. Life is good here. Before something happens, we see a tribe of dinosaur folk, these dino sapiens, these Roman muscular Hulk and Triceratops humanoids that are fighting each other, throwing each other to the ground. They can lift up entire sections of earth and toss it over their shoulder like nothing. We see a young boy come out of a tent. This boy is much smaller than everyone else. He is about knee-high to a bean sprout. He's possibly the weakest member of this tribe to ever live. Would you like to describe your character to us?
Yes, I would. You guys, as Hunter described, it's a shorter Dino Sapien than what their natural heights usually are. He's like a pale yellow with like obvious Triceratops. I don't know what they're called, the like crown. I think it's
Yeah.
with kind of faded spiked tips there. He looks like he has like almost war paint on, but it's naturally occurring. It's like these two blue kind of triangles forming down from his eyes down to the center. He walks with a pride he doesn't deserve.
Ah, a man. Behold.
As
Behold,
in
man.
the tribe that he grew up in, the only thing that's respected is power.
Go ahead. Where do we find Warren today?
He's kind of just like rooting on the, or kind of waiting his turn in this rumble, this rough housing, if you will, to try to prove himself.
Yeah. You see, there are like two of the like elders. One you would like. There is no like kind of familiar bond here, but this is a person you would recognize as like your older brother.
Yeah.
Who is currently roughhousing. He's like kind of similar, but he's like pale, like teal kind of skin.
Yeah.
Like purple accents and like the crevasses between his scales. You know, like big like black fingertips is just like. You see, he's like roughhousing with another one of the elders here, and they're exchanging blows. We hear like bones cracking, and it's like enough to like send shock waves throughout like this, like enough to like rustle the leaves in this forest. He kind of like fakes left and dodges an uppercut, and we see like he like takes his knuckle and he like goes right into where the like tricep is and breaks the dude's arm, like, and it just like falls over like in a 90-degree angle, and we hear like,
that was pretty good. Try this.
and the guy with his single arm, he punches a hole in the ground and like rips up a root from one of the trees and like whips it, and it catches your brother in like a bind.
Awesome.
And he is like brought to his knees as he's trying to get out, and he goes,
Still weaker than I am, I see.
and he looks over at you with one arm that is like broken.
I think Or would just put up his dukes. He'll like get into what he's not really trained very well, obviously, for being young. There's not really a training regimen for this. I mean, they're fucking archaic, these people, you know. So he would like kind of get into this like ready to go stance, but like nervous enough to like stay on guard, but and like almost be like, come at me rather than me going.
Interesting. Okay. Your brother is a man that you would know as Thrax. And he is currently bound. He's pleading. He's like,
Please, don't do this. Take me instead. He's too weak. He's too small. I'm here to fight you.
and this opponent, this assailant, slowly kind of like chuckles to himself. He goes,
Looks like little Or wants to fight. Is that right?
this man is towering over you. He has at least maybe like a full 10 feet on you, perhaps. Like, this is you fighting Iron Mike Tyson as a 5-year-old. Are you ready to fight?
I think so.
I'm gonna need an initiative roll here.
All right. 16.
16. Okay, cool. Going first is this assailant. You would know him as Blam, B-L-A-M, Blam. Like big red skin, like super, like yellow eyes, black accents, evil guy. Like you would know him as evil. He's got like one of his horns is broken off. He socks you into a tree, not into the base of a tree. He uppercuts you over top of this megafauna. You are stories high.
Yeah, that's fair.
And it is your turn to act.
In the air?
In the air.
Yeah, what do?
The trek is so long that you have enough. 6 seconds has already passed and you're still in the air.
Yeah, that's fair. I think I would try to come. I'm assuming I would land. Would I take damage on landing, or?
I don't know if you know that.
That's good.
Dude,
That's
that
a good
is
point.
a stories high fall.
He is
And you are-
naturally armored.
And you are a tiny lad.
That's true.
That is
I
a
did forget that you were
megafauna.
like 5 years old. Yeah,
Something like
my
that.
bad. Yeah,
Yeah, it's something like that.
10 years old.
I think I would try to use my claws to grab on to the fauna that I'm above and try to
Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check, please.
sleight of hand.
Yes, please.
I don't like that.
Oh my God! Can I
3.
just say how excited I am to be back in D&D?
You said 3?
3.
Dude, you're going too fast. You grab it. It is along with you.
Fair enough.
You are holding on to a leaf. and you come crashing down. We're not going to roll damage here. Damage is implied.
Okay.
This is the only way I can describe it to you is this is an Omni-Man moment. This is a think Mark think.
Yeah.
There was no way of you winning this fight. You fall to the ground directly at his feet, and he picks you up, slams you into the ground repeatedly.
As if that
His
wasn't enough.
fist is the size of your torso. You are being absolutely, like, manhandled. Blow after blow after blow. You somehow find the will to, like, stand up again. And Bland goes,
Look at you. Thrax, look at him. This is an animal. We should eat you. You should be dead. No weakling like you deserves a spot in this tribe.
he looks over at him. Goes,
As the leader of this tribe, I banish you from this place. And if I see you again,
and he points to his horn, his center horn, and he says,
this is where you're going. Do you understand?
I think in whatever bloodied pulp I am, I would nod. Just like as weakly as possible, nod.
He takes you up by your horn, and he puts you on a rock, and he breaks off the horn that he has broken off. Grabs you by the face, says,
Whenever you see it, you think of me.
and he throws you away.
God damn.
What was I doing?
Jesus.
I'd probably look at Thrax and just like with tears running down my eyes, run away.
Drax is powerless to stop him. He is wrapped up. He's looking at you. He goes, or! And you can hear his voice and his cry slowly fade into the forest as you head further down. We cut to some days later where we see you kind of disheveled. You're eating just rocks and dirt and just to survive. And you reach a clearing. And in this canyon, you are at the top. You see there is luscious fruit on the opposite side of this canyon. You just have to get there. What would you like to do?
How wide is the canyon?
Maybe like 100 feet.
So not within jumping distance. That would make sense.
Maybe.
I mean, I guess I could try.
Or dies first day.
You're tiny.
Yeah. Yeah, I am.
This isn't Mask. You don't level up by failure. You die by failing.
Wait, but I want it. How deep would it? What kind of trek would it be to get down? And then
It would be
back up?
really, really exhausting.
that's
you would for sure run out of food and like we're looking at like it is like a V shape. It is super
I thought
deep,
so. Yeah.
but like the gap is like not as deep as it is wide or long.
And there wouldn't the fauna that's nearby wouldn't be long enough to cover the.
No, you don't see any like vines or anything like that.
Damn.
Are you hungry enough?
I mean, if it's been days and I have been eating nothing, if it's my only option, I think he would go for it.
I need an athletics or acrobatics check from you.
We're gonna go athletics.
I'm gonna mark this as a DC 25. Or you are capable. You think yourself capable. You take a running start. We see you kind of like put your head down almost to the ground as your people would. We see you kind of like warp your knuckles into the dirt to get leverage enough to push yourself off the ground, which is with as much muscle as possible.
Yeah.
You rocket forward. You jump as high as you possibly could. You make it about 30 feet before you come crashing down this canyon. You tumble and fall down. We feel the weight of your body break through the floor of this cavern, and you fall deeper. You're in a river. You're wading in liquid. You are trying to keep your head above water, but this water is not drinkable. It's not liquid. It's something else. It's maybe like sap or something sticky. You are trying to keep your head up. What would you like to do?
I would try. I feel like he would just try to get his head above whatever this is and try to grab onto any sort of solid material nearby, a branch, a rock, whatever.
Okay. You reach your hand out, and there is just a void. There's enough light in here for you to reach up, and you see that your arm is pitch black. But there's like a string of goop that is just following along with it. You were trying to grab for anything. There was nothing there. I need you to mark a rage for me. As you begin to sink in this muck, deeper and deeper, you hear Thrax calling out to you. You feel the sting of your missing horn. You are drowning. And then you catch something on the bottom. And you use whatever strength you can to punch your way into this rubble to keep yourself away from going to the with the current. And you feel your anger is keeping you there. It's keeping you there, and it's the only hope of survival. And then you go to sleep. Feel yourself drifting, your consciousness fades. And then you hear a dunk, 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 dunk. And you wake up. We'll get back to you. Diz.
Hi.
We do not pick up with Diz. What we see
That's fucked up.
what we see is the desert, New Pangea as we know it today. We see a gruff and tough, handlebar mustache, cowboy hat, soot in his eyes, black coffee and spite in his heart. A man who is kind of trekking down the road on his dinosaur. You see him, he's wearing kind of all black. He's got a big black hat, bright red bandana around his face to kind of keep the sand out from his eyes and his mouth. And we see him pant. He's thirsty. He's looking for something. We are making our way through the desert. We see his Apache Rhinoceros kind of slowly stops and is starting to kind of keel over a little bit, is running out of energy. You see he takes both of his spurs and jabs it into the side of it with such force that it begins to bleed. As it and trudges forward a little more. And he gets to a town. A sign that says, a wooden sign that says, "Welcome to Dustville." Population, we ain't really know.
Did you say Dust Fell or Vale?
Dustville.
Ville.
And we see, he goes, "Finally," and he takes his hat off. He takes his scarf off. He's looking as he like brushes the bristles of his mustache, and he finds a tavern here. He goes in. We see like the saloon doors come creaking open and shut. As we see like old kind of like ragtime music being played here by like a very, very old gentleman with like the tiniest circular glasses you've ever seen. With a big body hunched over a piano. And we see a man behind the bar. We see a bunch of ladies walking around with drinks. They're in these like bright pink corsets with the fluffy butt whatever feathers. You know the ones.
My guy.
And here we see this man sit down, and he kind of puts his arm on the bar, orders a drink. We see him pull out Shiny, and like everyone kind of like looks up at him. He sets it down on the bar, slides it over to the barkeep, says, "I don't need to know your name, just keep them coming." And I says, "Okay, you bet." He pours a beer, slides over a thick, very warm, frothy beer in a glass, like stein, I guess. And he sips. We see him kind of start stacking up the cups that he has with him. It's probably about maybe like 8 or 9 in, as he starts to like talk to the bartender. He says, "This establishment's not bad for a piece of shit dirt town." Like what I see. And he's kind of like casing the women that are walking around with drinks. And he sees one that he's particularly fond of. There is a woman who is very charming. Diz, would you like to describe your character to us?
I would be so delighted to. Jolene is, she has this like, the first thing that you notice about her is her like flaming red hair. It's like this bright, curly, it bounces with every like motion, and it's like bright, like red. She has these like electric green eyes, fair skin, freckles. She's a curvier woman, but you know, in that corset she works it.
Yes, mama.
And she's always smiling. She always has this like bright smile on her face. She's always giggling and laughing and talking to somebody. So that's what she's doing. She's like got some drinks in hand, talking to a regular, just doing her thing.
Yeah, you see like there's like a kind of a prospector type looking man here. This is the type of guy that has like a lantern with him all the time.
Yeah.
And he's like missing a few teeth, big scruggly beard.
I'm asking him
lantern
about his
type.
daughters.
He's my daughters. They are so sweet, and I just wish that they were just like you. You're just such a bright white light whenever I come in here. You know that?
You're sweet, sugar. And she like taps him on the nose.
You see like he like you're sweet. You like kind of turn away, and he grabs you and like slips like a shiny or a kitey in your hand. And he goes,
This conversation is something for the books. I don't really know how to read books, but I bet if I did, it'd be in there.
I'll read you a book anytime, honey.
Oh God, I'm gonna. we cut back
Easy for
to
old
this like
man.
mysterious man at the bar, and he like kind of calls the bartender over, and he goes, "You know what's going on with Red?" And the man goes,
Well, that's Jolene. She's one of our best.
and he goes, "Interesting. I think I really like Jolene." And he whistles at you,
Uh-oh.
Hi, sugar. What can I do for you?
and he calls you over with his finger.
She approaches, but she stands like a solid 5 feet away.
He polishes the rest of his beer off, gets up from the table, kind of fairly tall. He's like 6'3".
How swaggering drunk is he?
Very pissed drunk. Comes over. I like a woman that plays hard to get. And you can see he reaches for your hair to smell it.
Oh, she fully slaps his hand away.
You like.
No, then she'll grab it and goes, "You'll want to use nicer hands than that."
I'll show
And
you
she'll
nice
shove him
hand.
back.
He goes like, you push him back. He goes to grab your waist, and you like see like his spur catches the wooden floor, and he falls on his ass.
Yeah.
And he goes, slams his hand down. He pulls a gun on you.
Oh.
You see everybody in the bar stop. Everyone at arms.
She goes, "Oh, see," and she like bends over to look at him, and she goes, "Oh, see, I don't think you understand, sugar. This ain't that kind of town. These people, they'll take you out in a second. So why don't you sit your happy ass down? I don't take drunk customers. So that's that on that. Sit down. I'm gonna go do something else. Drink of water."
You see, like, everybody is armed here. All of the ladies have, like, a little pistolero that, like,
fuck
they
yeah.
like, pull out from their skirt. The guy who's, like, working the piano, he, like, reaches inside the piano and, like, has a shotgun in the
Yeah,
piano.
dog.
The bartender, he's just like, I have glass.
I have glass.
I have glass.
I have glass.
And we kind of, like, cut to the outside of this establishment. A swinging pink sign called the Pink Pony Pub, and we hear his voice get louder and more aggressive as like we hear the sound of like a lasso like tie him up. We hear a body hit the floor.
She's going out for a smoke break. Meanwhile, she's lighting up her cig. She's like, "Life is good."
One of those long cigarettes.
No, it's one of those like kind of skinny ones.
Hand rolled.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we see that you are kind of like you kind of sit outside. We see like the swinging doors as like 8 guys just start dogpiling on this man. And between the swinging doors, we see just like getting worse and worse as like more people are like getting on top of him. And we cut to one of your regulars, just really tall, kind of like woodsy type. This is a man who goes in the like into the wilderness and like chops down cactuses to bring them in to use them for like water. And he's like, "You know what, Miss Jolene, thank you so much for a hell of a day. I was looking for something exciting to do, and you always do it for me. So
This is what I do, sugar.
I love that about you. I shall be back in about 2 weeks' time. I hope you're still here. I know that you are mysterious and go with the wind, but I just want to be there when the wind catches me.
I gotta create demand, honey."
I wish it. And he whispers under his breath, "I wish I was the man for you."
Oh, it's bad.
Anyway,
She puts a hand on his chest and goes, "Oh, you'll find someone someday, honey." And she like gives him a nice little pat and then like a little like pinch on the cheek. Cute.
wow, you're incredible. You see he goes like, "Well, I'm off." He tips his
Did
hat
you
to
pay
you.
me?
She got
Real.
it.
He looks
She
the
got
Real
it.
shit, dude.
The piano guy like looks out of the door. Two candies. Go ahead.
For our
You're not gonna demand more from me. Okay.
For our audio listeners, loved you to death. Hunter just pantomimed.
Pulling
Love
2
you to
coins
death.
out of the hat.
To
Uh,
kindies.
Two
Two
kindies, yeah.
candies.
Which
Damn,
is,
bro.
what in this? In this
I'm already up 3 kindies.
Oh,
That's
okay.
crazy.
We'll figure it out.
That's $100
So
But
That's
not
$300.
$300.
I just made that in 5 seconds.
Damn.
So we see he goes like, I must be off now. And he goes, "Lady." He gets on his dinosaur, and we see hog-tied to the back of it is the man from the bar.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And he
Yeah.
takes off like a
She does a little
rocket
twinkling, like-
with his like on his raptor with like this guy like gagged, bound, and is just gone.
Her fingers are waving as they leave.
And then we see that tied up to the outside is a dinosaur.
She approaches.
This is a
Puts
very
a hand out like very gently.
this is a very integral role for you. I need an
if I don't make
I
this
need an
roll,
animal handling
I
check.
will kill myself if I don't make this roll.
Please
Fun
don't.
fact, can I give myself bardic inspiration?
I will let you use bardic inspiration on
Thank
this.
you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Start crying.
I will. I need this. Ah! 12?
The DC was 5.
Thank God.
The
Okay.
DC was fine.
So this poor guy looks exhausted.
She like
He's tied up. Like his halter around his nose, just like rope band that goes over his nose, is far too tight. And he like looks at you,
oh.
and he like nudges like his like kind of face into your palm.
She like loosens the like restraints and like fills the like trough with like water so
Yeah.
he can have water and she
He like like drinks for a long while,
Yeah.
and like looks up and like licks you from torso to head.
I like the hole in your head.
Weird.
He's got a hole in
Huh?
his head.
Different
He's
hole.
got a hole in his like trill. That's if for those wondering what the
This is a character that is new. Patchy with a Y.
It's Patchy spelled like Patchy, like Patchy.
Yeah.
That's not how
Not
it's
like the
spelled
other one.
in the hit movie Walking with Dinosaurs 3.
I suppose.
Nothing similar. It's on the other side of his head
Yeah.
from that dinosaur.
For sure.
So I'm gonna call you Patchy.
And then we'll leave. We pick up. Danny, would you like to describe your character to us? Where are you right now? Are you in the pub?
I think he's approaching the pub right now.
Okay, so
I think
you kind of like see this whole thing transpire. You see
Yeah.
a man hog-tied to a dinosaur, taken off into the desert.
I think the exterior scene is like he hops over the guy being dragged out. And he just goes, "Well, that wasn't very nice." And he
Beautiful.
starts to approach the pub. I think the opening scene you actually see him in is you see the saloon doors open, but you didn't see any like torso or anything. You just hear the doors open, and then out steps a little desert hare. No more than maybe like a child, like 5 foot max. Very much a desert hare. Like in certain lights, he looks like orangey reddish, like the desert sand. In other instances, he's so much covered in dirt that he just looks like the
I
ground
feel
itself.
like your ears are like your bandana and mask. So like you like get inside and you like
Exactly.
pull up and your ears like kind of stand at attention.
Yep. The ears stand at attention. There's like several bullet holes through them.
Love it.
He's riddled with scars. Like you would think he was a mean looking rabbit. Surprisingly, he has a little cowboy hat on, leather vest, the fancy little, like Bugs Bunny, how he has like the wrist cuffs and the feet cuffs. He has those, but for protection, because it is the Wild West and as much clothing as you can get.
The wild side. Actually.
The wild, sorry, the wild side. He also has like a little blue button down on, and that's like the most clothing he has. As he's approaching the bar, you would notice he has a slight limp in his left leg, not too much. If anything, it makes it look like he's walking a little bit quicker, like he's doing like a 2-time step to get to the bar.
Like a little jaunt.
Yep. Cowboy hat's kind of tipped down as he
A hop, if you will.
a hop,
Yeah.
if you will. A little bunny hop, if you will. He hops up onto the little bar stool and he puts his elbows up and he just waits for the bartender.
What can I get you, stranger?
Well, howdy there, neighbor. I just came into town, about... I can't remember. Anyways, what's the finest drink in this establishment? And keep in mind, I am a little bit of a shiny pincher.
Yeah, for sure. I can get you something real nice. What's the budget?
I mean, but I do like to get a little silly now, time and time again. So, maybe three kindies by the end of the night.
Three kind? I can do something for you, kind. And he goes, could you show me for it? Could you show me for it?
Takes off his little hat, pulls out 3 kindies and hands them on over.
Okay. It pulls out like a little telescope. Okay. That looks good. I think we got ourselves a big spender here, boys. And he like takes those, sticks them underneath the kind of bar, and you see he like reaches up. He pulls out what looks to be like a full like piece of a cactus.
Okay.
Like it was like just cut off from a cactus and brought in. And he goes, "Friend, I think this belongs to you."
Well, I thank you kindly. He very hesitantly paused it to
There's-
make sure he doesn't get any of the pricklies on him.
There's kind of like space for it, but like you see at the top there is a big like red prickly pear, like right at the top.
Gotcha.
But there's no like other like entrance or anything.
Gotcha. I'll start nibbling the prickly pear part.
You nibble it. It's food, and then you reach. It like kind of breaks into a hole, and there's like you realize that like it's empty and it's been like sloshing around.
Oh, okay. I'll just start sipping that and just scanning my sights.
It is the strongest cactus tequila you have ever had.
Woo! Woo!
It,
You're fucking?
actually,
And a rabbit.
I would love for you to make a con save for me, please.
I'm good at those.
The fucking Vinny's opening scene is him passing out on the bar.
On brand.
You
he's
said
back to rolling
Constitution saving throw. You
Yes,
said.
please, con save.
Okay. Okay. Cons plus my proficiency bonus as well. So that's a hard 7.
Hard 7.
Good.
You are
Plus all those
you are so fine. There is like more than like a handful of ounces in this thing.
Yeah.
It's like you're drinking like maybe like 24 ounces, I would say.
Oh God.
And you get to the bottom, you're like, it was good, it was refreshing, you feel light, it's not like heavy, it's not like, like an ale that like will stick with you for a long time. You feel bouncy. You feel so good, in fact, you go to stand up to go take a leak outside, and you were like, my legs don't work. You hit the ground.
I think he immediately pops back up like any prey would when they have a moment of weakness. Yep. He looks up and he does the bunny ears twitch. He does like a little sniffle. Goes.
That's funny as
No one saw
fuck.
that. No one saw that. And he's gonna go walk to the piano man and just sit next to him and be like, "No one saw that, right?" Anyways, play
I
something
think
fancy.
everyone saw that. Yeah, that
Oh,
was.
wow.
It was you kind of made a spectacle of it. I don't know how long you thought that took. That took a really long time for you to do that.
Really? See, time. Funny thing. Anyways, what do you
Funny
do here?
thing.
You see, there's a woman that like kind of steps up behind you. She's got a tray in her hands, in the same getup as the other like ladies that are here. She goes, "Carl, if you don't mind, I think I need to take this young man elsewhere." And he goes, "You know better than me, Miss Reed." And she kind of like grabs you by the ear and like kind of pulls you upstairs.
Okay, a little sensitive now. Hold on.
She goes, she like kind of brings you to one of the bedrooms, and she opens it up. She like puts you on the bed. She goes, "I'm just gonna leave you here. Okay, you're safe. All right. The room's gonna cost you, but it's better than you making an ass of yourself in front of all these fucking people. Okay?
Well, thank you kindly, ma'am. Never hurts to help.
All right."
For real.
She goes, "My name's Miss Reed. If you need me, okay?
Sounds good, Miss Rita.
Reed.
Reed.
All
Oh, I
right.
apologize. Miss
Yeah.
Reed.
Those big ears.
Yeah,
can't
you're about
hear
as
my
daft as a
family.
cauliflower, huh?" She like closes the door behind you, and was Miss Reeb. She's one of your coworkers. Like she was like one of the older ladies that are working here. Yeah. So you are here in this bedroom alone. What would you like to do?
I think I'm just kind of hobble around and take a look. I mean, he was probably going to buy a room here any night. But, probably inspect the bed again, like check the windows, kind of close the curtains tight.
Actually, yeah, for sure. Go ahead and give me an investigation check, please.
Okay.
Christ.
We're using different dice. That was a nat 1.
Oof. Dude, you are drunk as a skunk.
So we're sticking with that one.
I will say there is something interesting of note here. You kind of like are stumbling. You're like running into like bookshelves and stuff in this room. It's not
Pardon
super
me?
large.
Pardon me?
You like bump into a desk and the desk flies open, and there is a small list of wanted posters.
Well, that's something of note. Too bad my eyes are so cross-eyed like a woodpecker I can't see straight. He'll take the papers, he'll kind of roll them up as best as he can, stick them in his little leather vest, and just plonk on the bed.
Wonderful. Dude is zonked out. Cool. That is going to bring us to a familiar sound. We cut to darkness. Thum, 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 thum. We see or you're alive, you're awake, you're maybe in stasis, something that you really can't wrap your mind around, but you see some sort of like creature that is like pecking at you. Tatum.
Blending with the darkness, there is a very tall creature with a bird-like head on top of a emaciated human's body. It's sickly thin and pale, and its legs are very bird-esque, but you can tell that they're covered in like a very thin, translucent skin. It has gigantic black wings that spread out of its back. Its limbs are too long for its body, and it is very unsettling. But perhaps in your time you might have seen different or worse. But yeah, and it is pecking on the solid amber.
Ding, 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 ding,
I'm awake in this amber.
You're awake.
Yeah, can I punch my way out of here?
Yeah. Go ahead. You have no room to punch. There's nothing to do with your hands.
That's fair.
I need
That's
you
fair.
to make. You're still raging.
Yeah.
So I need you to make an athletics check for me with advantage.
Thank you, advantage. Okay. With athletics check with advantage?
Yeah.
Okay. That's going to be a 16.
16. Yeah, you are able to like kind of like move around enough. You have like your normal facilities of like your eyes and your mouth can open, and so like over the course of some time you've started to make some space in here just on your own power. Mocker, are you kind of doing anything, or are you just observing?
As like bits and cracks in the amber start to form, very slowly, like kind of just in like the least helpful way possible, pulling tiny pieces out of the way, just like fingertips, just shoving it out, like fully aware that you're going to break out entirely of your own power, but just moving stuff so that it'll be ready for you when you do.
Yeah, after some time you shatter out of this casing. You fall maybe 100 feet to the ground. You are like rolling, so like you're not. It wasn't like a full drop, but like
right.
You hit a kind of a corner area and you like roll down. You are in a massive cave. You see this kind of sickly creature boy near you, and a few ways away, you see the light of the end of a cave. Is there anything you'd like to do here, Mocker?
As you're down on the floor, the Mocker's going to come down next to you and sort of just very slowly walk to your side and extend the disgustingly long hand and go, "I'm sorry to say, but you are dying."
I thought that I was already dead.
Unfortunately not.
Good for me.
Debatable. You have a long ways to go, and I'm here to help you get there.
Where am I? What is this place?
It's complicated. More of a question of when you are at the time.
You give very straightforward answers.
As it should be. You have very straightforward questions.
Well, let us
we?
be off then if you have nothing more to say.
Yeah, you kind of see there is a long the cave. One of these like you see a shard of this crystalline amber that is kind of about the size of you. How tall are you, by the way?
So normal, at least back in millions of years ago, Dino sapiens were roughly the same size as their dinosaur counterparts. So, you know, a Triceratops is a pretty large creature. I would say I'm still of medium size, but probably
You're of like the Goliath aspect
Yeah.
of like 7 up plus.
basically.
Yeah, so you see a long amber, like essentially javelin that is like kind of stuck to where you kind of fell out of.
I'll rip that shit out of the ground.
Yeah, cool. Go ahead and mark it in your inventory.
Amber javelin?
Yeah, amber javelin. It's my drag name.
There's a
Is it
town
the
next
same
to it.
stats as a normal javelin, or does it
We'll
have?
see.
I get fair enough.
There's
I thought
a
that's what
town
it
near
is.
here. You're gonna have a mighty thirst in about the moment you pass through that threshold. The sun does terrible things to somebody who's been encased in amber for as long as you have.
Kind of like pacing the scene here. You see, you kind of get the feeling that like you've been here for a very long time. So much so that the world has warped itself around you because you made yourself an immovable object, and so the earth around you had no choice but to be like make way of you. You see that the liquid that you were kind of encased in is very much still here, though maybe not as much. There's something about it now is off. It doesn't smell the same. It's kind of like volatile. But you see that there's like a small like ocean from like where you are, kind of deep in like, the recesses of this cave. Yeah, cool. Do you guys head in?
Into what?
Just you go into town?
I assume we leave the cave.
I would probably exit and freak out as I am used to seeing lush forest and all I see is desert,
Yeah.
which I don't think I've ever seen before.
Yeah. Do you want to make like a sanity check?
Sanity check? Sure, why not?
Intelligence saving throw?
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
That's gonna be an 8.
8. Yeah. It kind of sucks. I think especially for the kind of caveman brain, there is something to be said about something you can't get existential if you're too dumb.
Yeah.
Right? So like things can't bother you if they're of a certain caliber if you can't comprehend them. Right? There's the whole thing with Call of Cthulhu where like one of the characters like just is okay with Eldritch horrors because he's dumb. Like that's kind of where we're at here.
Yeah.
So we pick up. You guys are rolling into town. It is hot. Extensively so. You were used to like a cool climate. Reptilians are not like necessarily cut out for this style of traversal. But you get in and you see these like structures, wooden maybe trees that are kind of like in cube shapes. Like I don't think that you would understand like what.
I would probably go to and just like tap on it.
Dun, 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 dun. What do you want? Get out of here! I have a gun.
What is this? Why is this tree talking?
Oh, God.
I look at the Ravenlocker. Why is the tree talking?
It's the things on the inside of the tree that speak?
There's inside. I shove my hand through.
You see like a gunshot. She goes, "Oh God!" and fire shots fire from like coming out of the windows, like glass shatters.
You're trapped inside the tree. I help, and I grab what I don't even know what it is, but I grab it by the head and I shove it through the other wall.
I need you to make. I need you to make a strength or acrobatic or athletics check, please, with advantage.
With advantage, you said?
Yeah. You want a low number here.
That's fair. We'll do. That'll be a 10.
10. Okay. You grab something. It kind of feels like fur, and like you pull it out of the wall. It's an elderly woman with like white hair. You're grabbing her by her hair. She's like, stuck in the wall halfway.
You are saved.
Are you going to kill me?
Why would I kill you? You're so small. You're so weak. You're stuck in tree.
She looks at you.
I'm not here to help you either.
I think she just died. I think she died. I think you're like,
I think
it's
she's out.
time.
I think she just dies.
I think she's like,
One look at the Raven Monger. She just
Yeah.
perishes instantaneously.
Go ahead.
That's what killed her.
Go ahead. Update your souls list to 26.
Souls list.
There's a lot going on behind the scenes.
Yeah, wonderful. Cool. So you guys kind of like head in. We have, you see like a tavern. There's like a kind of hospital. There's a church. Not that many buildings here, for all intents and purposes. But where do you guys head?
I assume
What is this place?
this is, back in your time, what might have been a tribal community has evolved to the point of shelter.
But creatures are hairy and scaleless.
Yes.
They are weak,
They grow weaker over time.
so they live in trees.
Exactly. Just like you would use a stick of amber. They will use a stick of the tree to protect themselves.
Ah. And what is amber?
The stick you have,
Ah, I thought it was candy.
it's kind of rock.
Do you know what candy is?
Yes.
Candy.
Candy is now canon in the universe.
Candy or gem. Candy for Dino Sapiens are just fucking
It's like rocks.
gems.
Yeah. I just grunt like
Rock
Crystals.
candy, it's literally rock candy, yeah.
Fuck.
They taste like mineral.
these days like mineral.
And
I
like
imagine
these
some kind of like conversation between, because like obviously English doesn't exist for Dino Sapiens,
Yeah.
but just communicating with the Mocker is like
you
filling
kind
the
of
gaps.
transcend
Yeah,
like language.
but I think
all-
that's what's helping, or like he knows what sweets are, and that's
Yeah.
where candy comes from. Like, so if Griffin
Oh,
speaks
like
out of
direct
turn,
on.
that is
Yeah,
is
using,
learning
like,
it
like
via
your
conversation.
database
Yeah.
to kind of like bridge the gap, which I love.
Yeah. Thanks,
cool.
Tatum, for fixing me.
That's what he does. Cool, guys. So you guys head into this tavern, which brings us elsewhere. We see there is a couple that are like kind of shopping. There's a few people that are like, kind of food stalls and things like that, like in the kind of main street of this town. And we see there is a couple that are like holding like these like bright glowing tonics. Like they say things like vitality and like well-being, like real like vague like nebulous terms like that. And we see so you're saying that if we have our dino drink this, they're gonna be better?
Why, of course, my dear. Well, you see, the only problem that's afflicting your dear dinosaurs is it's a simple case of lethargy.
It's and like they look at each other and he goes, right, so we know what lethargy is. So
Oh, I'm so sorry. It's been a while since I've been this side of the tracks. Lethargy. It's simply just that he's tired. He's exhausted.
we say
He's a bit sleepy. He just
Oh,
needs
yeah.
he needs some electrolytes.
Electrum lights.
Yes, ma'am. That's the one.
Oh, okay, wonderful. So, how much is this fair cost?
Oh, this is simply 2 candies each.
They look at each other again, and they say, "Well, we need him for the field, so
You know what? Just for you, my dear, I will throw in a 3rd one just for free.
yeah, you got yourself a bargain." And they hand over 2 kindies to you, and they like take their tonics and they kind of get out of dodge. Go ahead and describe your character for us.
So you all see a stall set up with a like caravan style trailer, and in front of it, a man with blue skin. He looks to be in his early 30s, but in his eyes, you can see that he's lived a lot longer than that. He has had quite the life in his 30 years. On his face is plastered a smile that looks as if the devil himself chiseled it on simply to tempt you. He has cloud formations forming through his skin as he moves and kind of describes and gets more emphatic. The cloud formations gather more and more, as well as the shock of white cloud on his head starts to roil as he gets more excited about helping these dear folks.
He's a helper.
He's a helper.
He's a helper. Wonderful. I think you have just sold your last 3 tonics of the day.
What are we looking at degrees-wise?
Degrees-wise, this we're looking at, I would say we are past midday here. So this is going to be like maybe 105 degrees in terms of time.
Great. Okay, so I got about 75 degrees till sundown.
Just about.
Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and head down to the tavern then. I have a date with a bar stool.
Wonderful. You head inside. You see, like, there's been a lot of day happening here already. And you see that, like, kind of on the main bar, there is a ramekin of cactus tequila that is, like, knocked over and is, like, slowly pouring itself onto the floor.
As I walk past it, I'm gonna just gingerly set it back onto the bottom and start to lick my fingers as I move to my regular spot.
Beautiful. What is your usual order?
I take so Declan walks in and takes a seat at the end of the bar farthest from the door, and he sits down, takes his book out and his pipe, and the only thing he will order for the entire night is a 1 kindy ale that he will get right as a nightcap from Miss Jolene.
Beautiful.
Notably, Declan is the only customer Jolene does not speak a word to.
Interesting.
And it's not like out of malicious, I don't want to talk to you. It's out of
I like it that way.
respect.
That's really good for an improv scene.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So, yeah, kind of like as your night continues to kind of wane on, we see that like some of the other girls are like gathering around you, Miss Jolene, and you see Miss Carrie is here. She's like really, really new, like maybe 20 years old.
Oh my goodness.
Like blonde as all get out.
Yeah.
And like, just like life, she's like not really gone our experience things, and she's like, I just really want to know what's going on in that white head of his.
What are we talking about?
Oh, the professor. He's a smart fella. He seems like a city folk. He's so interesting to me.
The professor.
She kind of gestures
That
over.
one?
Yeah, the professor.
Good luck, sure. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Wow, you had never talked to him before?
He doesn't like to be talked to, that's why.
I don't know.
I've talked at him. Because that's what it ends up being.
I don't know. But
At what about degrees is this conversation happening?
Not far after.
105.
So no,
Great.
you're.
Sorry, I
for
thought
your
I thought you
time-
had said night had.
No, your night continues on.
Gotcha,
The
gotcha.
night is not coming to a close just
Heard
yet.
ya, heard.
So you're still about maybe 10 degrees past.
Perfect.
Yeah, she asked, so you really don't think I'm gonna get none if I
I don't
talk
think
to him?"
anyone's not from him. I think you're better picking anybody else, actually.
It just seems like he's got so much going on.
He does. That's why it wouldn't work. He's too
You're
much.
right. I gotta give it a try. And
No,
she
guys,
walks
that's
over to him and
not what I said.
sits her poofy little butt down.
If
Right
Declan
up.
looks over in the direction Jolene is mouthing,
Oh yeah, the minute this this young thing sits down at my table, I
She's like, hi, yeah, my name's Miss Carrie.
Miss Carrie, would you mind sending Miss Jolene over here for just one moment, please?
But it's just you and I.
Miss
so-
Jolene
Jolene's
over
on
here,
her way.
please.
Carrie, please. And she gently. I think Larry's looking for you, honey.
All right, I guess I'll leave you and your boyfriend alone.
You know he tips well.
Okay, kisses.
I'm so sorry, Declan.
I do so hope I did not cause you any trouble.
No, she just has a crush on you. She's young. She's new.
Understood.
She'll learn.
Miss
You hear-
Jolene.
She goes, ha ha ha! Across the bar.
She's mewing. She's mewing.
Miss Jolene, I must ask, how much for the empty ramekin of tequila that spilled on the floor?
All yours, sugar.
It's already been paid for.
What?
It's already been paid for.
Yeah, all yours, sugar.
Perfect. Would you mind bringing that over to me?
Anytime. She hops on it.
Yeah. There's still a few ounces in this left.
Would you mind sitting and drinking with me?
She looks over to who is her boss?
The piano guy.
Okay, so Al.
No, I called, what was his name? Clyde?
You didn't name him yet.
You didn't name him yet.
No, Miss Reed did.
Well,
I want to say
That
it
was
was Clyde.
Carl, the bartender.
Carl. No,
That was
Carl.
the bartender. She didn't name the piano man. No one
She
talked
was.
to the piano
No,
man.
because he was over by the
I
piano.
sat next to the piano man. and went,
Okay.
It was
"Hey."
Carl.
What was his name?
That was the bartender.
No, it was the piano
No,
man.
it was. I'm positive. That's what I wrote down. Carl, the bartender.
No, because we were talking about him because he
Okay.
sat over by the piano man.
Okay,
Carl's
whatever.
the piano
Okay,
man.
Carl's-
That's a song. It's
Uh,
stupid.
Either way, before Jolene can even reach for it, I just go, Carl, Jolene's gonna sit with me for a while. Is that all right?
All right.
Thank you.
For our audio listeners, love you to death. Ace is currently using a pipe and reading their notepad. I'm assuming,
Yes, my
as if they were actually in character at the bar.
Jolene gives a little shrug, walks around the bar, sits down. All right, well, you're not much for talking, so I assume there's a point to this.
Oh, I just wanted to see how your night was going.
Oh, okay, sugar. It's just
Just all of the tea.
I mean, this man came in. It was fucking crazy. He came in, grabbed me, which was, as you know.
As she is speaking, Declan pours 2 shots, one for each of us, and goes back to his book as he sits and will listen to Jolene yap for as long as she wills it.
And she
Gorge.
was for a while.
Gorge. Yeah, I know. You're talking for literally 10 degrees.
Yeah.
It's
All
long.
all Declan needs is a voice in his ear at this moment.
This is your YouTube.
Yes, Jolene is my
Lo-fi.
podcast.
Wonderful. So you guys are kind of just yapping the night away.
I think as she tells me of the man going to grab at her hair, and she smacks his hand. She tells me that she smacked his hand away. I just slide the rest of the ramekin, whatever is left, over to her, and I go, "Sounds like you need, well, the rest, I suppose."
Oh, honey, I'm okay. You really think anyone here was gonna let anything happen to me?
I suppose not, but a shiny at least for you.
Thanks, honey. She to happily say she's just happy, man.
That's a lot of money you just got for free.
Yeah. Beautiful. Thank
Excellent.
you.
So we cut. Mina, where do you think your character is right now? I have a place for you.
I don't know. He's not too much of the social type. At
Not
least
too much
I'll
of a
say.
social type.
Mm-hmm.
That's usually
He's kind of a loner.
kind of a loner. That's usually your sister's bag.
Mm-hmm.
but we could describe your character for us.
So Santiago, he's 45, so big burly man. He's like 6'1". You know, he's kind of like a cattle dog. So he's got spots all over. He's gruff, you know.
But is he daddy though?
He's
Hold on. Let me turn my mic back on. I need the audio listeners, love you to death, to understand that when Mina said 45-year-old man, like graying, Diz started like sweating and like primping and preening. The minute Mina said cattle dog, everything changed. Everything dropped. Diz went stone cold.
I'm sorry.
I'm not. I'm sorry. I don't like dogs. Is that a problem?
No, I just think the switch.
Man.
I just think the switch was funny.
Is that a problem?
Listen,
Do you want me to like dogs?
you live with two monster fuckers. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's okay, there's two of us.
Why
now.
is it like the 15th time monster fucking has come up in the last week?
Because they're both monster fuckers.
You know who you live with?
Yes.
You know how long you've lived with them for?
Fair.
Do the math.
Fair.
Wonderful. Okay.
Anyway.
Go ahead and continue to describe Santiago for us.
You know, he's like a cattle dog, spotted, gruff. You know, he's getting up there in age. Kind of dad
I don't
bod-ish.
think my question was answered. Is he daddy?
He is daddy
Wonderful.
in spirit.
He's not a daddy.
He's not. Yeah, he's not a daddy.
But he is
He is daddy.
daddy.
Yeah.
is a mindset.
Yes, daddy is a mindset. But yeah.
That is it. Santiago, you've had a kind of troubling few days here. As we all know, Santiago runs the Raptor Rescue. Santiago's
Raptor Ranch.
Raptor Ranch Rescue. Okay, wait.
What?
Rawhide Raptor Ranch Rescue.
Yes.
Rawhide Raptor Ranch
4R.
Rescue.
It's like 4-H but for raptors.
Please tell
Yeah.
me you talk like Scooby Doo.
So yeah, you kind of like run this like raptor sanctuary, which functions where people kind of like rent out raptors for you to travel long distances, where otherwise they wouldn't be able to. So you're providing like a real service, but you are not the kind of people person.
Yeah.
After your parents long passed, your sister, who is about maybe 18 years younger than you are, is she's the bubbly one. You are kind of a humanoid dog person. Your mother was a humanoid. Your father was a lupin, a dog person, and your kind of human sister, Tanya, is the one who like goes into town. She's the one who makes deals. She's the one who like makes sure that everyone is like set, and you are the one that just works with the animals. That was until a few days ago, where you found your ranch missing all of your raptors. So 29 raptors are gone. You kind of cut back in your memory where your big barn house with the white linen drapes that are like blowing in the wind, an open window, no note, no clothes, nothing. Just she's gone, along with your life's work.
Damn.
The only thing that stayed was your personal raptor that found its way back to you. Go ahead and tell me what your raptor looks like.
So this one raptor, I'm gonna say, is orange
Cool.
with like light blue spotting.
Cool.
Am I allowed to do that?
Yeah.
Slay.
You could have said anything.
Slay. And
We got Blue's Clues in this
her
universe.
name is Sweetie.
Sweetie, I love it. So yeah, Sweetie, you could see that she was, she's a little beaten up. Like when she like, your sister was gone. All of this happened for like 3 days ago. it was 3 days of you going out looking for things. Sweetie found you again. She's like cuts on her body. She is out of breath, clearly starved for 3 days. But what do you do? There's like a stack of posters that you have on like your kitchen table that are like missing like person posters.
Yeah.
That are your sister.
Definitely just going around putting them up wherever, like at the bar, on the fucking saloon door. I don't give a fuck.
Wonderful.
Anywhere.
Well, there's like a kind of a place for it. Like people put like on like that outdoor posts and stuff all the time. So like you find yourself here. It is getting pretty late, but we are looking at like maybe 130 degrees, like kind of rounding the evening. And you are kind of like putting up posters, just single nail, blowing in the wind.
Yeah.
With your with Sweetie who is tied outside.
Am I outside the like saloon, or? I suppose I will head on in then, as a end to my night at least for the moment.
Wonderful. We see kind of like heads physically turn that know you. That like, why is he here? Like not of like we don't want him here, but it's just shocking to see.
Yeah.
From the end of the bar, Declan is looking over his glasses down at Santiago.
What would you like to do?
Straight for the bar. Santiago's not looking at anybody. He doesn't like small talk. He doesn't like trying to keep up appearances. He knows that everybody knows what he just lost, and he doesn't want to talk about it. So he's just going to the bar.
Cool. Yeah, you go to the bar. Do you order anything?
He like sits down. He just throws a couple like kindies, like 3 kindies on the counter. No words.
And mark 3 candies down. You see 3 beers that are tossed your way. You just sit and drink.
He just sits and drinks.
You see almost immediately as you sit down and get your drinks, you feel like a finger tap your shoulder, and you look and there's a blonde girl who has a tray, and she's like, so.
Is it Carrie?
Yes, it's Miss Carrie.
Jolene is on the move. Declan, so sorry, love. We gotta run.
So I ain't never seen you here before, stranger.
Jolene puts her hands.
No,
Carrie.
let me have this.
Carrie.
He's mine.
Carrie, take a break.
She's like pulling his hat down.
She fully goes to take your hat to put it on herself, and she's just removed from the building.
He growls at her.
Fully, Jolene is ushering her away. Sorry, Santy. Sorry.
She's being ushered away. She's like, I liked it.
Enjoy your beer, hun.
The new girls.
They're crazy.
I can see, yeah.
Let me have them.
Yeah. What would you like to do?
He's just like, thank you. I really appreciate it. I don't feel like dealing with that tonight.
I can't wrangle her. She's on the run. But, I'm sorry she bothered you. Enjoy your beer.
Thank you.
If you
I
need
appreciate
anything,
it.
give me a holler.
Thank you, sweetie.
Anytime.
You see Sweetie's like, oh.
Jolene throws it like a little piece of meat out the window for her.
Wonderful. I think about around this time is when we see Vinny start to sober up. You wake up it is the sun is no longer at high noon anymore, like it was when you went to sleep.
Again, shoots right back up. What? Note to self, drinks here are mighty strong.
You hear a knock.
He looks down to check if he's
Is it
decent.
fucking Carrie?
Come in.
You see a figure standing before you. It's the woman that you met earlier. Miss Rape is standing there. She's not entering the space at all. But she is like, looks like someone can't handle their alcohol.
I will admit it was rather strong. That one was fermented for a while. I think I'll just stick with the beer here.
Wonderful. Do you need anything else, honey bun?
I think I'll go down for a round 2.
Bar.
Not-
Another bar. Club.
Not as strong, I promise. I just want to.
As a woman my age, I really need you to know that's a bad idea.
No, not to drink, but just to go down, have maybe a cup of water if you guys got any, and just survey the land.
All right, we'll see. And she kind of walks you down. She opens up a barrel and scoops you a cup of water. It's hard stuff to come by here. What are you doing here, stranger?
Not too much. I was following. Well, gets a little complicated, you see, because once you get out into that desert, degrees become days, and so I believe I was following a lead, and he tries to start scrounging around for any pieces of paper that he might have. If I'm not mistaken here, this is the Pink Pony Club. Or pub.
For legal reasons.
We're gonna get sued.
Legal reasons, I gotta say.
Yeah, okay, well, if I'm not mistaken, this is the Pink Pony Pub, is that correct?
Yes, Triple P, yeah.
Triple P. Anyways, that's not important.
It's so stupid.
I was following a lead. I heard you guys may have some either, no good ne'er-do-wells that you need help fixing, or perhaps something lost that I can help assist find.
She kind of looks at your breast pocket and she sees a bunch of wanted posters rolled up. She looks like she gives it an eyebrow. Is there anyone in particular you're looking for?
Oh yeah, I just found these. I figured the previous tenant left them. I don't know what they're about. I was about to give them a look myself while drinking this fine piece of water here. But
she takes them and she begins thumbing through the pages, and she lays one of them on the table and turns it facing you, and it's of you. And that is where we're gonna take a break. Hey Zeros, thank you so much for tuning in to our very first campaign of our live play pod. If you have a hunger for more content, please check out the Session Zeros Patreon, where you'll find exclusive content, homebrews, and other live play shows, as well as the full PDF sourcebook of our Deserts and Dinos 5e expansion, where you can play alongside us with new subclasses, new races, homebrewed monsters, mechanics, and the brand new class, the Grappler Specialist, made by yours truly. And stay tuned for our Masks the New Generation Powered by Apocalypse campaign coming in February 25, called Hit or Miss, the Black Mask Saga. So gather your courage, friends, and venture with us into the Wasteland beyond. Good luck out there. You're gonna need it. So, my friends, we kind of pick up where we last left off. We see kind of a general revelry around the bar. We see two older men kind of by themselves.
That's what older men tend to do.
We see Miss Jolene, who's currently off the clock, but you're still kind of here, cleaning stuff up, putting things away. Vinny is kind of nursing a water, and he's looking at a wanted poster of himself, Vinny the Lad. And
Oh, you all got that out here too, huh?
yeah, sadly. Now, Mr. Van, can I call you Van?
Can I, while this is happening, can I make a perception check to see that there are wanted papers out?
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead. I'm going to call that DC 15 here. Just from where you're sitting.
That's a pretty good roll.
15.
Beautiful. On a 15, yeah, you clock it right away. You like as soon as like the papers themselves have a distinct feel and sound to them. It's a certain kind of cardstock. There's a certain smell and look because they need to brace the weather for long periods of time.
Then I'm going to turn to Jolene and just say, I do believe it's about time I take my leave, my dear. I'm heading in for the night. And I'm going to start to leave.
Miss Jolene, you would know that at this kind of time of the night, it would be more safe for everyone who's currently in to stay indoors.
You sure about that, sure?
Oh, I do believe it'll be fine. My caravan's just right down the road. I'll be all right. I appreciate the care, though.
We've got rooms upstairs, honey.
Oh,
I'd really rather you stay.
If
Room
you
on
insist.
me, honey.
If you
You
insist.
don't gotta pay.
Okay, all right. Well, I will be taking my leave then of your room. I will be taking my night.
You know where to find them.
Good night, Miss Jolie.
Wonderful. The two of you, Mocker and you're sitting in a chair, which is weird for you. I think you're kind of getting the general understanding. The shell shock is kind of going away a little bit.
I think that chair became a very small stool.
Yeah, you're essentially sitting on the ground.
I mean, I feel like it would be very. I weigh like 2 tons.
Can I get that in writing?
Yeah, it's right there.
Beautiful.
2.1 tons.
Point one. That really had to have the point. Cool. Wonderful. So you are kind of currently being fawned over by Miss Carrie, who is essentially she puts your arm up and she's hanging off your bicep.
Jolene comes up.
Jolene, I need you to get out of my
Carrie,
business.
we are closed for the night. You need to go to bed. Go to bed. She physically turns her around, gives her a nice little shove.
You do not have to listen to this small creature. And I put my hand on top of Jolene's head.
She kind of turns red a little bit.
Yeah, well, it's kind of twofold. He's flattening your curls, but also he's palming you like a basketball.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you are?
Or
what?
Yes.
What?
Carrie, go to bed.
Okay. I was trying to do a whole anyway.
Don't care.
It's gonna be like he's on.
Don't care.
Somehow
Thank
Or
you.
knows that.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank you so much for your hard work. See you soon.
Goodbye. Who are you?
I'm Joe.
I'm picking you up and putting you at my level.
You're picking me up by the head.
Doesn't hurt.
Kind of hurts.
Yeah, it's that would stretch my entire...
uncomfortable.
Can you put me down, sir?
Oh, and I kind of just
Gently.
It's not like a flatten, but it's just kind of a little more
Collapsing her like a spring.
Gently, please.
Sorry.
Thank you. Okay. I'm Jolene. I work here. And that was Carrie. She's real annoying. Sorry about that.
Nice to meet you, Jolene. And he tries to shake your hand.
Nice to meet you. Or who's your weird bird friend?
You can see him too. I thought they were featuring.
Can I?
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
For
Sorry.
Mostly for people that see, you would see similar to when you see Vinny, you're just seeing in your head what you think it is. Whether it's a Kenku, whether you think it's just a tall, gross person.
I think like a crow.
Then you'd
Like
be
a giant crow.
in your head, you're seeing
like a desert crow. Yeah.
You're seeing like a Kenku or maybe like a vulture-esque.
Yeah.
So it's nothing to
It's a bird
you.
person.
It's nothing bad.
It's a bird. Well, who's your bird friend?
He kind of stands up in a huff. I'm not a burden.
I said bird, not burden.
I am a bird.
Hey, this is the Pink Pony Pub. All are welcome
He is
here.
bird. What is more to explain?
Who is he?
I want my
Where?
bird.
Who are you?
Thank you.
Excellent.
I've been waiting to say
I
that.
want
You said
my
it before
bird.
me. I want my bird. Sorry.
You have a catchphrase.
Sorry, Iron Man 2 reference. Sorry.
It's alright.
It's just not every day we got a dinosaur man and a bird man.
You don't see
rolling through
people like me.
My
people rule
Miss
this
Jolene,
place.
you would
I mean, like,
you
for
would
no-
know that like Dino sapiens are incredibly rare, especially here on the surface.
Yeah.
There are caverns and things where Dino sapiens
This
exist.
stature as well.
and you're an urban legend. So, right?
I mean, he is
A
what
primordial being, if you will.
he is what you see him as.
So
Like
you
to the
see-
because like you
A
are
bird.
he's not tied to you because you are not dying yet.
So,
Does that make
so
sense?
what you're seeing a normal person, like somebody that would pass
Okay.
again, like a Harrigan or a Ganassi. You're seeing
Just a bird.
Yeah,
person.
Like a
Okay.
vulture humanoid.
so unless
Like,
again
it's
you
creepy.
have issues with bird people,
No.
which you don't.
Dramatic irony.
Only
Yeah.
only
You
dog
know,
people, I guess.
Jolene doesn't.
Yes.
Hello. Okay.
Welcome to Nomad the game.
You guys just are we don't see people like you every day, and so I'm just curious where you came from. That's all.
He's
Run that
Sorry.
by me again.
he's new, but also very old.
Okay. Well, that doesn't clarify much. Where do you come from?
I come from here.
Not helpful. Okay. Well, do you guys need a place to stay or something?
Place,
A room?
room.
Jolene takes his hand, like, wrist and starts walking up the stairs.
Where are we going?
He's incredibly heavy, 2.1 tons, relatively speaking.
So she is like, okay, can you put a little pep in your step?
You see, a pep is when
Move faster.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. You like, okay, you take it direct. That works. Okay. She opens up the bedroom door. A room. It's where you rest, you sleep. Private.
You know sleep.
You understand the concept of sleep, correct?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, well, you had a dead look in your eye. So,
I've never seen an entire.
it's a room dedicated to sleep.
these were all once trees.
Is trap.
No. I sleep in the one, like, 2 doors over, so.
Why are you not trying to bash my skull in?
Oh, honey, that's not what I do. You think I'm gonna do.
Miss Trixie does that.
Miss, yeah, that's not me, honey. I don't do all that. I'm just a good time gal, you know. I'm just here to have some fun, make sure everyone's having fun.
He kind of squints his eyes and just like lowers himself through the doorway, and just like turns around and goes, and just shuts the door.
Okay, well, she kind of calls through the door. If you need anything, I'm 2 doors down. Good night, or.
With a little jazz hand. Get out or so
Shit! I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that. No.
That's the only time it's gonna happen. Wonderful. Santiago, I think the night wanes on. You are kind of getting tired. Your farmhouse is pretty far from here.
Yeah.
I think you would kind of just tuck in for the night.
Get in the room here.
Wonderful. Is there anything else you guys want to do before you guys go to sleep?
We had a whole thing that was going on, and then
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah, the wanted posters.
Wonderful.
wanted
Yes,
poster.
we'll cut back there. So yeah, Miss Reed
Really
is kind of
lovely, tiny
staring you
lady.
down. This woman is significantly taller than you are, and is just old, maybe in her like late 50s. Just been around the block more than once, and is just no nonsense. She slides it over to you. She goes, "Would you care to explain yourself here?" Because I saw you roll in, and I was like, damn, that kid looks familiar to me, but I couldn't place my finger on it. And I didn't really know until I saw you take your ears off. And you relaxed, and you got loose, and I got a real good look at you when you're on the ground. And I said, that kid looks familiar. And you're worth something. Not much, but something. Better than nothing, right? So why are you here? I don't want to hurt you. I don't want anyone to find you, nothing like that. I just don't want trouble in this here town, you understand?
I won't be long, Miss. I never am. I don't like to cause trouble much myself. In fact,
You know what wanted means, right?
yeah, in fact, this situation here, is a whole big misunderstanding, and he'll slide over one, shiny.
God, you fucking
She picks it up.
motherfuckers spend money like it's nothing.
And she gives this big, exacerbated sigh. She says, all right. Against my better judgment. She kind of like pockets it. And takes the wanted poster and like rips it in half. And
Damn, no roll necessary.
no roll necessary. Money talks.
Yeah, shinies.
And yeah, it's a shiny.
Move money.
So
As
She
much
got-
as I do hate to be a burden, ma'am, have you perhaps seen a few fellers maybe roll in with a...
Hold up. Is it too low?
Well, it was off, so.
Oh, well, good. Now we know.
a few fellers, you say?
Yeah. I'm not sure
I
if you've
see
seen a few fellows around here. This would perhaps be about maybe 3 seasons ago. Train was passing through around this town, I believe, around that time.
I see fellers all the time here, honey bun.
Well, did they seem particularly? How do I put this in a nice turn of phrase? Happier than a hyena after finding a bag of cocaine.
I'm having a little trouble. My memory's failing me. It's my old age. I can't.
He'll slide over another shiny.
They look like you.
A ragtag group a bunch, but I do believe there was another one that did look a bit like me. A bit darker in fur, though.
She kind of like grabs you kind of like by the scruff of your neck and she pulls you in. She goes, I think I've seen him. Who want to know?
I don't want to break like bartender server confidentiality or anything like that,
I don't
but
think that's real.
were they talking about perhaps like a big find they were looking for, or were they talking about maybe they left someone behind, or
Someone about a house gone sour. They got out fine, it seems. They had loads of coin. I remember when they came in and it was like, day of Grandma's house. They were like, everything is ours. So, I remember where they were. I think I remember where they were going. Is that useful to you?
I think so.
You're going to want to go to Tarnation.
Well,
Tarnation?
well,
Yeah, the nation.
Capital TAR hyphen nation.
The nation of Tar.
Nation of Tar.
Nation of Tar. Well,
Their main export is
I
tar.
do thank you kindly, ma'am. It never does hurt to help. I'll be seeing myself back to that room now. Thank you much.
You best be doing it. And if you cause any trouble whatsoever, there is a White Fleet Knight here. We can get here lickety split.
I don't think that'll be necessary.
Better not be. Have a good night now, honey.
You as well, ma'am.
Can do. And we all head to bed. What does the night look like for us? Are you restless sleepers? Are we up late thinking about other things? Or are we heading straight to bed?
Declan has begun to pack.
Pack?
As much as he can in this room, he is beginning to set to leave as quickly as possible.
Cool. Anything else?
I think I would stay up for a while, either going through notes or thinking about other things, maybe staring out the window.
Cool.
I imagine, or having slept for millennia, it's probably wide awake.
Oh, he's fucking messing with everything in that
Yeah.
room. He's most enamored with the lantern.
Which makes sense. And I think just Mocker going through one by one, going over the basics.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Santiago's just tossing and turning.
Can't
He
sleep?
tries to sleep, but he can't sleep.
It's too much for him.
It's a restless
how about you,
night
Miss
in Triple
Jolene?
P.
Nothing super of note. I think she
Had a
I think
really
she-
good day.
she had a really good day. I think
I paid a lot of money.
she's the type to kind of sit in a windowsill and kind of journal about her day at the end of it,
Okay, wonderful.
and like ponder, listen to the sounds of the night.
Yeah. I
What are the sounds that she hears in the sounds of the night?
Give us the music of the
Yeah,
night.
God.
It's something she's familiar with,
we don't own that.
so she doesn't need to. She knows. What is it?
How about some perception checks?
Yeah.
I think it'd be
so
passive, wouldn't it?
we
Unless
see
she's
you
actively trying to hear.
look out from your, second story viewing into the wasteland beyond. As every night, as soon as the sun goes down, the fog comes out. There is a blanket, thick as cloth, that rolls over the mountainsides, over the cacti, any creatures living out there. And it reaches right where the fence is. Even though the archway is open, the fog hits the wall and crawls up. It creates like a dome almost over the whole settlement. You see just a all matter of like faces of people, of things lost. A sound comes crashing through your brain that is millions of voices crying out in harmony. It is tragic. It's sad. It's not malicious. There's no ill intent. It is just the cry of loss.
Damn, that's brutal.
And you know that alongside countless other things exist in that space where you're not supposed to be. Upon waking, the sun comes up. It's a brand new day. It's beautiful out here. And we see some ruckus outside. Who is up first?
Professor Declan has been up and ready to leave by sunup. As soon as the fog is rolling out, he is on the door, out the door.
Anybody else?
Jolene also wakes up really early.
I think you would respect Madam Riv and be like, all right, well, time to mosey on.
Cool. Upon waking, you see that there is a gaggle of bodies outside. Way more than there should be. Just like people standing, kind of blocking up traffic ways. This town is not very big. Maybe a few hundred people. It's enough for you to know something about everybody. Actually, go ahead. I need everyone to give me a perception check, please. Mocker, I would love advantage on that for you.
Okay, good, because
Love a what?
Damn, bro.
18.
Is that a
18.
nat 20?
I went from 2 to 20, baby.
That's a big old one.
20.
That's
Nat
a big
20?
old nat
Hey!
one.
I got an unnatural 20.
Dirty 20.
10.
10. Okay. Mocker, I need you to increase your souls bag to 30.
Damn.
From 17? Or what was
Uh,
it?
28.
26.
I started at 27.
27.
I think you taste the stench that you know all too well. Using your long taloned finger, you pull down the blinds of your room and look out onto the street, and you see 3 bodies sprawled out, 4 bodies sprawled out,
3.
of Miss Reeb,
Oh,
Miss
Jolene is weeping.
Carrie, Miss Trixie, and Carl.
Jolene is inconsolably like sobbing.
Your soul's bag is 31.
31, was it 26?
It was 27.
27, so 31. I thought it was 20.
I thought it was 26.
Well, we started at 26 and went up to. Well, we started at 27, went up to 28 earlier when the old lady died. And then,
That's right. I
Yeah.
forgot about that. So you're at 31 at the moment.
32.
32. Is
So you feel that. It is sad. It was their time.
Yeah.
Over their bodies, you see 10 White Fleet Knights. These cowboys clad in all white, white hat, white bandana, white vest, white pants, white shoes, white spurs, everything immaculate, clean as a whistle. All of them, one single firearm trained over people that are bound and thrown on the ground, one by one, executing all of them. There is maybe about 15 more people in this line that they've not gotten to yet. These were just the people that were putting up a fight. We all hear the shots. You see your 2 dinosaurs are frightened. They're pulling on their chains, trying to get free, just so they can run away to safety. And standing above these corpses is one singular person. A kind of Monopoly mustache, monocle, like big pocket watch hanging out, like round-bodied man, tiny legs. Like he looks like a popsicle.
It's like Doug Dimmadome,
Yeah.
owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
Yeah, and he is kind of chuckling to himself. He's like checking his pocket watch, making sure he's on time. What would you guys like to do?
Jolene is inconsolably sobbing on the street,
Uh,
like on all fours, like.
This is a tragedy, but it is not my business. I need to leave. What is the best way to get out of here without being noticed?
You are surrounded.
Shit. Okay.
Uh,
Well, then I need to think.
I think
You guys have not made it out the doors yet. You guys are still in the like tavern part of this pub.
I want to make sure Sweet.
Jolene definitely
okay.
rushed out to the street
Yeah.
and collapsed to the street for like that. As soon as she saw what's going on, for sure. But she's outside.
Or turns to the Ravenmocker. Blood in the stench of blood is palpable even through these walls
Mhm.
for Or. What is weapon?
The weapon they're using is called a firearm.
What is do?
It's a small bit of explosive powder used to eject a projectile, like a little small stone at high speeds.
That is like cheating.
Yes, it's a coward's weapon.
Or smashes the window.
You've gotten their attention.
I jump down and I take out my the amber spear and I throw it at the nearest The nearest white knight, as you so elegantly claimed them to be.
I need confirmation. Are you sure?
That's a
We're about to all die.
That's a scary
No,
question.
No.
Hold on. Let me
Let
me look something up.
I can go back.
They're the big popo and they are bad.
As
You think Or would know that?
No.
As
Yeah.
Or
No.
as Or smashes the window, and Declan can see that he is going to jump through, I'm going to use Mingle with the Wind to cast Levitate on him to glue him to the ceiling.
Yeah, actually, perfect.
Thank God.
Is there a saving throw for that?
Let me check.
Can not Orb, but Griffin voluntarily fail that?
Can you please?
Well, it's like in order to warp the earth, you have to be able to touch the earth. So he like just removing leverage removes it. But one singular White Fleet Knight is a
And-
CR 19.
An unwilling creature that succeeds on a Constitution saving throw is unaffected. So if you are unwilling to be levitated, make a con save.
Con save? Yeah, I'd probably succeed that.
Well, you can.
You want to roll for it?
I can, well, for narrative's sake. Or is unprepared to be lifted off the ground for magical reasons because he does not understand how that works.
Declan just takes a puff from his pipe and blows a cloud under him and shoots him to the ceiling.
Gorgeous.
That is an awesome flavoring of that.
Santiago, you think that you are close enough that you can cut the ties of your dinosaurs and get them inside?
I don't want to draw any more attention that is clearly already being stirred up.
Mm-hmm.
I just need to make sure they're okay.
There are
Is your
other
mic on?
officers. I said there are about 10 of these knights here. You would know, and anyone who is from New Pangea would know that in any settlement, there would be only one. You would only see one. They're not a force. It is a singularity. These are going into the buildings and bringing people onto the street. So there are about maybe 4 or 5 of them that are actively like engaging with people, and then the rest of them are just fetching the rest. You know that you could very easily just get them inside.
Yeah.
Jolene, how are we feeling?
Not great.
Talk to me.
Miss Reeb, I think for her was very much like a motherly figure.
Yeah.
So she's like devastated, and like that. As much as Carrie was annoying, it was like a little sister type deal, not like I want her dead type deal. So like she's just, I think she's like distraught by what's going on, and I don't think she really has much capacity to think otherwise. So yeah, I think she's just kind of heartbroken right now, and I think she's confused as to why, like, what the fuck happened.
Yeah. Are you just like collapsed on the stoop?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Santiago, you have enough time to get your dinosaurs inside, throw Jolene over your shoulder, and head back in for a game plan. Is that what you would like to do?
Yes, I would like to do that.
Is there anything else you guys would like to do here before we move on?
I would like to hide.
Okay.
Just usher everybody further into
If
the
the
building.
White if the White Fleet Knights are going into buildings, I would like to hide and gesture to or try to grab Miss Jolene and pull her with me.
Jolene, you would know that there's a basement.
Basement time.
Just sobbing.
Are we making the inference that the White Fleet Knights killed Miss Rib and Carl and everybody?
That's very clear.
Okay.
As Jolene and I head towards the basement, I'm going to look to the ceiling and go, "You great brute, you quiet!" And just keep walking.
Am I still in the air?
Yes, you
How
are.
long does it last?
You are glued to the ceiling
Well, it's just it's just levitate, right?
Yes.
You're not like glued anywhere.
So
You can like
you
tie a
kick
string
off,
around him
you-
and like bring him with you.
Could do. Yeah. I'll just pull you.
Because I was gonna ask, when does it stop? Because I don't know how 2.1 tons would go
Up to
crashing into the second.
Up to 10 minutes.
Oh, fair enough.
You're gonna get in that basement
As long
real
as
quick.
as long as I concentrate.
Yeah. So I need all of you to make a group stealth check, please.
Am I included in this?
Yes.
While I'm in the air.
Yeah.
Okay.
Head down into the basement. There are casks and barrels of water and like meat and beer and various liquors and things down here. Jolene, I would love you to make me an investigation check, perception check with advantage, either or, whichever one's higher,
Is that investigation or perception?
or perception.
We'll make that perception. You said with advantage?
Yes, ma'am.
That's a 22.
Oh.
We'll take 22.
That's
Wonderful.
pretty good.
On a 22, you get down here, you're still kind of shaking. You see that there is a note on down the stairs to the left. There is a barrel that has a note on it. The note on the top face of it has an arrow pointing. This was for earlier. The arrow is pointing what you would know as down, south. But inside of it is a note.
I read it.
Wonderful. It is from Miss Reeve.
Oh.
She is writing something down, and in her penned, beautiful handwriting that was clearly done by candlelight with a quill, reads, "I don't know who is gonna find this. I have a feeling bad things are gonna happen. Something telling me it's my time. Whoever reads this, stay safe, you hear? Love, Miss Reed." As the arrow is pointing towards a bookshelf that is barricading an empty wall.
Oh. I spot something interesting.
Is that in character?
I was gonna ask. That wasn't even an accent.
It's an interesting trauma response.
Y'all see that bookcase? Can y'all move it? I'm not strong like that.
Can I be let down, please?
That's up to him, friend.
I would like to make a perception check at the door.
At the door?
At the
Like,
door.
from coming in?
From coming in, I want to scan to see if case the joint.
Yeah, go ahead. Make a perception check.
15.
15. You kind of see that this is like a stock room. You see-
No, I would like to look at the tavern floor.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, no persons have made entry just yet.
Then I would like to sneak up to the second floor to try and grab ore.
Yeah, cool.
I thought Aura was
I-
down in the basement with us.
I thought you
tied
like
me
put
to
a rope on him and
No, because
pulled him.
remember, you
Yeah.
punched the hole in our room. We were on the second floor.
Yeah.
That's where he cast that to lock him into the top of the ceiling. And then now, because it was immediately straight down into the basement, he's going back up to try and get... Me and Orr were second story that entire time.
Okay.
Oh,
He-
I assumed I was tied like a balloon.
He
and
was
carried.
too big. He was too big for Declan to justify going with the group. So instead, I'm going to go back
Heard.
by myself because I know I can be sneakier by myself than with everybody else.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a stealth check, please.
Same as
14.
before.
Yeah.
14. Okay. You're able to sneak back. You're able to get ore. Very massive, very heavy.
Oh, I'm letting him down.
Okay. So
Is this you're dropping me or
No,
Right.
I'm very gently letting you down from the ceiling. I'm going.
How is it that you? How did I? You.
I would love to talk to you all about it, but first, would you mind following me very, very quietly? Would you mind joining me as well, my friend?
Of course.
Thank you very much.
I go where the lizard goes.
Gorgeous. Now, shall we walk?
I think that's racist.
And I will
Familiar
lead them
concept.
back to the basement.
You head down there. We see a bookshelf that needs moving. Or you get through it, no problem.
Great.
You guys head in. These are the same caves that you came from. You see that there is a clearing and a raft, like a small ship, that is able to be floated on, as the current is taking you down into the caves. Is there anything we'd like to do or say here, my friends?
I go on float.
Yes, I do believe so, my friend, unless anybody else has any objections.
I would
I
like
believe
to
it's time we hightail.
I would like to object to him going into the boat. as
How
that
big
thing
is the
will
boat?
sink.
Is it big enough for all of us?
Mm.
All
Fair
right.
enough. I volunteer.
Jolene just gets in
You
without a
push the
word.
boat.
Cowards were using coward weapon. I fight. I kill. I show.
Yeah, we're moving forward now.
They slaughter innocents.
We're moving forward now, hun.
That's a fight for another day, my friend. We're not prepared right now.
They're strong.
Or has fist.
No, not
or
like
has
that.
fist, yes, but it seems
They have guns.
Is that
You know gun.
powdered weapon?
That's powder.
Gun.
Yeah,
I like the
gun.
name.
it
Gun.
seems we have a lot to talk about, my friend. You might be
All right,
new
can we get in
here,
the boat?
but we need to leave
Boat?
now.
Boat.
Boat float. I get.
You-
And I try to get on, and the dinghy like obviously does like a dip on one side as he gets in.
My dear hair friend, are you going to be all right on our journey?
I mean, if y'all don't mind me accompanying y'all, I
Well,
would
you're
greatly
here.
appreciate it.
You're here.
Right. Well, I see. There seems to
Santi,
be,
don't
like-
you have things to do, sugar?
I don't think I'll be getting to him anytime soon. Not today, at least.
Okay.
As Jolene pulls away to kind of check on everybody else, I'm gonna pull Vinny and just say, "Wanted post is under wraps for now, my friend. I believe."
Oh, apologies. Here. And he shoves it further down into the pocket. Till they're
Wonderful.
outside.
Yeah, you guys kind of set sail. There's no sail on the ship. It's literally just a big raft for moving cargo, like to and from the basement of this establishment. You are here for a while before you see any sort of semblance of sunlight. Like I said before, this liquid that we're sailing on is vile. It's noxious. It's something bad about it that is like, it's like you don't want to drink it. You don't want to like go in it, but it's here. Is there anything we would like to do or say?
What is this horrendous smell? It smelled like shit.
Not too far off the barrel there.
This is the state of the water everywhere. I fear to tell you, my friend. It's been polluted, I believe.
Polluted.
Things
And-
that shouldn't be in the water are in the water.
And what is in water?
It ain't safe, hun.
Why? What happened?
It's gross. It's
Water's
full.
dirty.
Water was
All
plentiful.
sorts of
Water
crap.
is plentiful. It
It's
is
dirty.
boundless.
This water's
Wow.
dirty. Plentiful with bad stuff.
Now, where are you from that water is plentiful, my friend?
I am from here. I fell in pit. I wake up. Water is dirty.
I don't know either. We're just rolling with it. We'll
Uh-huh.
figure it out. This one isn't very helpful.
I'm not supposed to be. But I'm happy to be aboard the raft.
Oh well.
We're
If
glad
that's
to
the
have
case,
you.
my name here is Vinny the Lad. Nice to meet you.
I am the Raven Mocker.
So all you need to know: water not safe. Don't touch it. Don't drink it. Thank you.
For our audio listeners at home, love you to death. A very long handshake.
We
is a
keep our hands and our feet inside the vehicle, inside at all times.
That was a bad handshake too.
It was awful. It
My
was
friends,
truly horrendous.
We are seeing the light of day. There are kind of like several boulders and things in the way to get.
We just left our dinosaurs.
No, the dinosaurs are with you.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're on the
Yeah.
boat.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Noah's Ark.
Santiago. got
Okay.
him.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a like
Heard.
a cargo raft.
Okay, heard. I thought it was more of like a dinghy.
It's not a
boat
dinghy. No, no, no,
situation. Okay.
But we kind of like head up. There's a small clearing where you guys can like get off and climb up like some rocky path and punch through into the sunlight. Right now, it is about, I would say, maybe 25 degrees
Poof, early.
in the morning. It's pretty early. But I need one of you to roll a D100 for me, please.
Oh boy.
Who's been rolling well?
Or-
let the dice goblin do it.
I haven't actually bought a D100 yet, so I still have to use percentile dice. Like
Both
a
D10,
new
both
book.
D10. D100.
I need to tell you,
Good sign.
you want a low number
You
here.
want a low? Yeah, we'll do these ones then.
Ooh.
It's about halfway with a 54.
Mm.
Good side or bad side?
We're
On
going
a
of
fi-
low, so probably
On
not
a
great.
54, we will see you guys later. In our next
Oh, it's that
episode
fucking
of
table.
Deserts and Dinos.
It's that
Thank you so much
goddamn
for tuning in.
fucking
I'll
table.
see you next
Yeah, rock
time.
and roll. All right.
Bye now.